Hi, I'm Tony Nichols, and welcome to Chamber Chat. Hi, I'm Tony Nichols, and welcome to this edition of Chamber Chat, a program put together by the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce to keep you informed on what's going on in your chamber and in your community. Joining us now is Amy Luppens, our very own Assistant Director for our local United Way chapter. But you're not here to talk about United Way today.
Not today.
What do you want to talk about?
I'm wearing my Rotary hat today.
Oh, well, and there's a bit of irony. A nonprofit organization stepping over and been active in a nonprofit organization. I can't think of a better picture of what that world looks like. Mm-hmm. So very cool. What have you got to say about the Rotary?
Well, we've got a lot of good stuff going on with Rotary these days.
As always.
I am the president of the Salisbury Sunrise Rotary Club, which meets in the morning, and there's also a lunchtime club, the Wicomico Rotary, and then of course the evening club that's been around for about 100 years now, I think, wow. And that they meet, as you know, in the evening. Mm-hmm. And so the three clubs, Rotary in general, is basically just groups of volunteers that get together to try to make a difference in the community. And one thing that the three clubs here in Salisbury have always wanted to do is a large-scale community project, which is what I'm here to talk about today.
Okay. So the three Rotaries, one is 100 years old or approaching.
They've been around for a long time.
So
I think they're celebrating their 100-year anniversary.
The other two, yours and the other.
Ours has been around since the early 90s, and I'm not exactly sure how long the Lunchtime Club's been around. I know it's been a while. Well, we're the babies of the group.
So everyone's heard of the Rotary, and everyone has seen the commercials or heard the commercials on the radio. Who can be a Rotarian? Who can get involved? Because a lot of times you'll hear something and you'll wonder, well, that's just a special group of people. And in a way, it is a special group of people, but not status-wise. Right.
Well, Rotary is known for being made up of a very diverse group of people. So we take people of all backgrounds. The one common element is that everyone in our club wants to give back in some way or another. So if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and get involved, then come on out to a meeting. We can put you to work.
That's back to the nonprofit theme. Never heard that the opposing view of the nonprofit saying, "Oh, we've got enough help."
Right. No, never enough help.
Always take help. Flags for Heroes. That's is this the first attempt at all Rotary clubs coming together and working together on the project?
No, we've worked together on lots of things, but we wanted to do something in the community that both highlights Rotary in general, so people can see this project going on and say, that's something Rotary's doing, but also something that will be meaningful and have a large impact. So Flags for Heroes is it's an event or a project that has happened in other communities. It's been done by other Rotaries, but this is our first time doing it here in Wicomico County.
Okay, so we get the flag element. So what is the event or what's going to happen with Flags for Heroes?
The week before Memorial Day and the week after Memorial Day, so for a 2-week span, we will have 500 flags, American flags. They're going to be 3 feet by 5 feet. They will be on display on the corner of Hobbs Road and Route 50 over by the Shorebird Stadium.
3 feet by 5 feet, 500.
Yes, 500 large flags.
Wow.
And what we are asking of the community is to sponsor a flag in honor of their personal hero. Sure. So whether it is a veteran, obviously, around Memorial Day, we have a lot of flags in memory of people who have served our country, but it's open to any hero. So if you know of a first responder or a teacher that you would really like to honor, you can sponsor a flag in honor of that particular hero.
And where did you say where that would be displayed again?
They will be on the corner of Hobbs Road and Route 50.
Okay.
So there's actually a street off to the side there,
Sure.
and people can pull over. I think it's John Deere Drive.
That's exactly what it is, yes.
And people can pull over and get out and walk around the flags and sort of reflect on their own personal heroes and just the spectacle of the flags itself.
How long would they be displayed?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's going to be a spectacle for sure.
Right, and especially, you know, with all the traffic heading to the beach that particular weekend, Memorial Weekend,
Sure.
lots of people forget what Memorial Day is all about. They think, oh, let's get down to the beach, and we want people to stop and think when they're on the way.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk a little more about, you know, not just a veteran that's a hero. Of course, I think they all are, but the first responders, the teachers, anyone. I would think, and I'm putting a definition on it myself, but anyone that I would think anyone that has made an impact in someone else's life would qualify as a hero.
Right.
Yeah.
And so basically what happens is when someone sponsors a flag in honor of someone else, our Rotaries will mail them a certificate. So it's a really nice certificate. We had people buy or sponsor flags in honor of someone over the holidays, so
Okay.
they get the certificate for Christmas, birthdays, that type of thing. But I've had so much feedback from individuals, from sponsors, and from people who have been given their certificates of how meaningful. I mean, people, grown men, are brought to tears
Sure.
getting this type of recognition from their family members and loved ones.
How do you sponsor someone? How do you sponsor a flag and sponsor a hero?
You can reach out to any Rotarian and they can give you a paper form, or you can go to our website, which is www.flags4heroes.org. So it's flags and the number 4heroes.org.
Gotcha. So there have to be some big supporters in the community.
Oh,
There has to be some wind behind this. So who are some of your big supporters in the community?
We've had such positive feedback and support. We have several corporate sponsors, and then the Community Foundation, the Henson Foundation, Chop Tank Trust. That's just to name a few, but we've been getting so much support and positive feedback from this program in general. And I have to mention that all of the proceeds from this go towards Operation We Care, which is a wonderful program for veterans, for active military.
Sure.
And then if, however much we raise, the Rotaries in general do a lot of community projects, so we might use some of the funds for scholarships or for meals for individuals in need, that type of thing.
Very good. Before we wrap things up, give us that website one more time so people can reach out.
It is www.flags4heroes.org with the number 4.
Very good. Amy Luppens with the United Way wearing her Rotarian hat today. Thank you for joining us on Chamber Chat.
Thank you.
We'd like to give you the opportunity now to take a look at the upcoming events with the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, welcome back to Chamber Chat right here on PAC 14. Joining us now is Walt Moore, President and CEO of APPI Energy. Walt, welcome to Chamber Chat, man.
Tony, thanks for having me on board.
You know, the industry field is something that is one of those industries that is changing, almost as fast as the technology field. And I think one probably ties into the other. Before we jump into all those changes that have taken place, give us a little bit of history of APPI.
Sure. We created the company back in 1996, right at the beginning of the deregulation of the electric utility industry. And our mission at that point was to assist commercial industrial businesses, both large and small, to go into these competitive energy markets and negotiate both the price and a contract.
Yeah.
And over those years, we've developed our firm. We're now in our 20th year,
Wow.
celebrating our 20th anniversary.
You might make it.
Yeah, we're getting there. So we have 40 employees.
Wow.
And I'm proud to say that a good 25% of our staff has a degree from Salisbury University.
Oh, wow. There you go. Tying it in local.
We do. We try to support the university, and we find it a terrific place to recruit from.
Mm-hmm.
And we work closely with staff over there in terms of interviewing seniors and working with their marketing department. So we find it, and I think many businesses in Salisbury will find it a great resource to tap into.
Oh, I agree 100%. Now, when the energy industry deregulated, that it did so for businesses first, and then residential. So you've been tied into the business aspect of it for 20 years.
Yes, and our focus still remains primarily on the commercial industrial accounts as opposed to residential, but the ability for both you with your home along with your business is to go out and to shop the market. And the objective of deregulation is really to shop from a wide array of competitive energy companies that want to sell you electricity,
Right.
and to use that competitive market in order to lower that price and to lock that in for a period of time.
Right.
And that's really the objective, is to get a stable price assurity so you're not riding the markets and the vortexes and the hot summers, and you're stable with a price that's fixed.
Well, that was before you used the word that, you know, I was thinking deregulation and stabilization
Yeah.
of that price point. So
Right.
So you talk about businesses. I'll put you on the spot. Do you work with local businesses?
Yeah.
I know you guys are across the country, but do you work with local businesses as well?
We do. Businesses like the Shorebird Stadium, WBOC, WMDT, Wycomico Free Library, Pohanka Automotive. So we cover a lot of those types of businesses, but we're also, we manage the energy for over 3,000 commercial industrial businesses in 18 different states.
Wow, right here in little old Salisbury.
Right here,
Making it happen.
but the opportunity to shop and to create savings, to create price stability,
Sure.
exists for a Fortune 100 company all the way down to a local mom and pop business. So it's
good.
the benefits can accrue both directions.
I want to go back to the changes that we were talking about and how technology changes, and as soon as technology changes, that bleeds into whatever industry that it affects.
Sure enough.
And then there are more changes. But I guess, you know, to compare what you saw 20 years ago to what it is today, I'm sure there have been many changes that have positively affected how businesses can go out and shop for energy.
Well, it is. And along with up at the 20,000 foot level with more fracking technology, horizontal drilling, it's opened up vast fields of natural gas. Storage is at its highest levels in a decade, and that's driven electric prices down to a decade low. So now is an excellent time to shop, and shopping is the center part of this whole process. And it's important, I think, for consumers, both residential and business owners, to know when they go out to shop, the price differential on any given day between a high price and a low price can be significant. And so the real lesson there is you need to go out, you need to shop all of the suppliers in the marketplace.
Gotcha.
You need to bring that pricing back in to evaluate, because the differential is going to be significant.
It sounds like in anything, timing is everything.
Yeah.
Where one potential supplier, what their price point was X, which means their, you know, price to the street is Y, and that's going to be across the board, just like every other insurance company or product or service out there. It all ties in together.
Right. That's exactly right. And so, and one of the parts of the process, you can be in a current contract today, and you can actually shop for an electric price into the future.
Okay.
So if prices look attractive today and you're coming out of a contract in February of 17, you can lock that price in today so it begins when your current contract ends.
Wow, okay, and you can lock in that price point today for 2017
Correct.
or sometime in the future.
And today, electric prices are really at an all-time decade low because of oil and gas. which is
Yeah,
driving.
we've had a big boom there.
Sure. Most of the utilities today are being driven on natural gas, not fossil fuels. So it's that's reflecting back in energy prices today.
Gotcha. There can never be all positive. What are some pitfalls maybe a business owner may need to look for when they're shopping or when they're in a contract, or there's got to be something there, because there always is.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of those things that a business owner might need to look out for as they're shopping and locking in rates?
Yeah, great question. I think in recent history, the one to look out for is a contract that we call a variable rate. What we try to do with our clients is to put them into a fixed, firm contract and price.
So the same thing like in the mortgage
No,
industry. The variable rate is
Precisely
going to
right.
bite you, and
There.
the fixed one is gives some assurance.
Right,
Okay.
and many people did get caught in the vortex, the cold winter 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
prices jumped up and the variable rate jumped up. So that's one of the things to look
Okay.
for, firm fixed price. The other is what we see happening in the industry today, and it happened back in the telephone days, is slamming,
Okay.
where a consumer gets moved from their current supplier over to another contract without their permission.
Gotcha.
So we need to be on the lookout for that, and
I would assume there could be without reading the fine print. If you get slammed, to use your word, it could come back to bite you.
well, it could, because in that contract are early termination clauses. So someone moves your account without your permission, all of a sudden you've broken the contract. That supplier is going to come back and demand certain charges for terminating the contract early. So the key is don't give your information out on your energy contract or your account, just like you wouldn't give out your Social Security number.
Right. All right. Well, I know the boom in the oil and natural gas has helped bring energy costs down here in the United States. We can see that when we drive up and down 13. I'm upset that we bumped back up to 199 here a couple of days ago, and I was upset. And having paid $4 a gallon for gas, I shouldn't be upset at $1.99.
Right.
But are there any changes that you can see on the horizon that will make the business owner, or put the business owner in a better position, or the more pitfalls that may be coming down the road that they need to watch out for?
Well, there are two ways a business owner can manage his energy expenses. One is through price. You can negotiate a good price. The other is in managing the amount of energy you use. So the two things that are going on today is, finding a good firm fixed price, and prices are attractive now. And the other is bringing in technology like lighting retrofit, for example, that can bring in new technology into the office that virtually pays for itself over a short period of time. So those types of technology, along with shopping in the market, are the two things that are accruing benefits to the business owner.
Well, any parting words, man? You've dropped some good information on us today.
No, I appreciate the time. Thanks for the opportunity, and look forward to seeing more of your shows.
Walt Moore, President and CEO of APPI Energy, thanks for joining us here on Chamber Chat.
Pleasure.
We'd like to give you another opportunity now to take a look at the upcoming events with the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome back to Chamber Chat right here on PAC 14. Joining us now is the Grand Poobah of Third Friday, Miss Jamie Heater. Welcome to Chamber Chat.
Thanks for having me.
How's it feel to be on this side of the camera?
A little unusual. It's a bit of a swap. In my day job, I'm usually on the other side of the camera.
Yeah. So if there may be 12 people in Wicomico County that don't know what Third Friday is.
Maybe.
But for those people and their relatives, Give us an overview of what Third Friday is.
Third Friday is a once monthly outdoor street festival in downtown Salisbury from 5 to 8 p.m. And what Third Friday focuses on is local artists, crafters, and nonprofit organizations. They fill the streets, they set up tables, you can buy jewelry and handmade items, but it's also a time just to get together with local Salisburyans in our beautiful downtown space and just celebrate being in that environment. And I think people get a big kick out of it.
I think you could have answered it in one word. You could have just said, it's awesome. That's 2 words.
I have a shorter answer to that question because all Third Friday is a time and a place for, it's just a time and a place. It's a time and a place to get together in downtown Salisbury.
How did this concept come up?
It's not a new concept. Originally, when Connie Strott and Lee Whaley brought the Third Friday concept to Salisbury, they had seen it successfully done in other places. Like Snow Hill, for example, had one. I think Berlin may have had one at that point. And certainly this is, not a new concept to Maryland even. I mean, it's done across the country. A lot of downtowns are starting to institute this concept, whether it's First Friday, Second Saturday, Third Thursday, you name it. But it's really smart. And as a marketing professional in the daytime, I think I immediately recognized the power behind that brand. Because when it comes to a lot of grassroots events, the organizers have to spend a lot of energy telling the community the who, what, when, where, why, when to show up, where it is, why to come, what the hours are. So something with like Third Friday, the name says it all. And once you brand that name, you don't necessarily have to carry the weight of all of that marketing pressure because people just begin to know the third Friday of every month there's something cool going on downtown. And what's fun is that, just walking around Third Friday, you can overhear some people who are very informed. They've obviously read the email and they know what's going on, and they or read the website and they have a little itinerary of things that they want to do. But other people are just kind of like, I wonder what's going on, just wandering around, seeing what's fun. And I think that both ways are an excellent way to explore Third Friday.
I agree. They're themed.
They are.
Each Friday has a theme.
They are.
What can you tell us maybe what the themes are that are coming up this year, and maybe also tie in what some of the most popular themes have been over the years?
Yes, we have released our themes for the year. We have our theme artwork released recently. And if you'd like some of these for your business, you can pick up rack cards or posters at the Chamber of Commerce. But this year, we only have a few new themes. We have a lot of popular themes that we repeat each year. But this year, our first theme, April 15th, is kind of a new one. It's Planet Earth. It's kind of a redo of our flora and fauna theme from last year. There will be baby goats again during Planet Earth, and a lot of other growers and naturalists and environmental organizations. We follow that with May 20th with Urban Artscapes, which is a theme we do every year. That theme allows us to talk about architecture, cityscapes, as well as public art and urban art. And we have a great time every year with that theme. In June, it's Paw Prints, which is our very popular dog month theme. We've never not had a dog month, but this year we're actually moving it up a little bit in the season. Instead of August for the dog days of summer, this year we're doing it in June. So it's gonna be a little bit cooler. We think it'll be a little bit easier for people to bring their pups out. In July, we have Wild Card, which is a new theme, and it's basically just kind of anything goes. It's a wild card. There's going to be some surprises, a lot of interesting, crazy things that you've never seen at Third Friday before. That'll go down in July. And July,
a lot at Third Friday.
we're going to try to outdo ourselves. And July is also our 7th birthday, which is an interesting milestone. Can't believe it's been that long. In August, we are doing our Wheels theme again. We do Wheels every year, and it's been a fabulous success, especially with the Tony Weig Skate Deck Art Show that has been such a fantastic fundraiser for the local skate park. So we're really tying in with that theme, and we're going to carry that on again. Anything with wheels, from skateboards, roller skates, bikes, cars, trucks, you name it. In September, we have a new theme, Mad Science, that we haven't done in a few years. We're rotating that one back in. It's our chance to bring rocket scientists and fun experiments and things back to the plaza. And then we close out the season with our 2 fabulous favorites, which is Comic-Con in October and then a holiday bazaar in November for holiday shopping.
If you had to pick the one theme that over the years has been the most successful, which one would it be?
Oh, if you ask members of my team, I think everybody has a different answer to that question because we all have our favorites. I think Comic-Con is always
that was the one I was
wildly
thinking of.
successful. My favorite is always Urban Artscapes, but I think that's just because that's what I'm into.
Right,
and of course, any excuse to have baby goats is it's hard not to vote for.
I'll go along with that. Now, you talked about the vendors earlier that set up on the plaza there. How do you become a vendor, and who can become a vendor?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's very easy to apply to become a vendor. There's no charge to set up, but you do have to register.
Okay.
In order to register, all you have to do is send Third Friday an email or register online. We have an online registration form, which really all you have to do is send us your name, your contact information, and a description of what you're hoping to set up. But at this time, we only approve registrations for local artists, crafters, and nonprofit organizations. So if you made it, you're in. If you're a local nonprofit, you're in. There's very few restrictions on what you can bring.
Right.
However, it's not a trade show. It's not for independent consultancies. It's not for outside downtown local businesses to come and set up a booth. Not that we don't necessarily support them. It's just it helps us keep our mission to be an art event pure. But generally speaking, if you made it, you're good to go.
Nice, very cool. So the themes really tie in. What are some of the do you have challenges with needing help? I know there's a core group of people that really put their heart and soul into Third Friday, but are there hands and feet needed from time to time to help get things done?
Yeah, from time to time, especially, setting up from the hours from 3 to 5. If you're available on Third Fridays, we'd love to see some extra bodies floating around and with breakdown. But really one of the biggest helps for us is for local groups and local, businesses or nonprofit organizations to take a look at our themes and get creative with us. And if your group has an awesome idea of something that you could do for planet Earth, let's say, put it together. And, it helps us promote our themes, and it helps us provide a wider offering to the people that are there, all while promoting your business.
Right.
So we always, for example, Tony Weig with the Skate Deck Art Show.
Right.
He's just a downtown business who has taken a theme and gone above and beyond and kind of turned it into its own phenomenon. And a lot of nonprofits do the same.
The way I see that is, and I've heard it mentioned so many times, it's just a time and a place. And the timing of it, the timing of putting this time in place was, it couldn't have been better. But what I see, what you're referencing is you're creating the time and space. Bring some content.
Yeah.
Bring some stuff that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Register So if people want to help with the setup or breakdown or whatever that may be, how would they get in contact?
They can just contact us through our email address. And same if you have a creative idea, run it. If it's kind of out there, run it past us first, but generally we don't say no. We love, we don't have all the ideas in the world, so we love other people's ideas and just help and bring us content. It really is, the whole concept of Third Friday is a marketing co-op, and we encourage people, whether you're an artist or a nonprofit, to look at it as such. It is a marketing opportunity for you. It's an opportunity to make a splash for awareness, to go big, and you don't have to follow these themes. They're just a guideline, but we've found that they help kind of spur people's creativity.
All right, throw the website out there before we shut down.
thirdfridaysby.com. That's the number, or the letter number 3, RD, Friday, all the way spelled out, SBY for Salisbury.com. So 3RD, FRIDAY, SBY.com.
You heard it right here. Jamie Heater, Third Friday, Chief Architect, Bottle Washer,
Trash can washer.
all the above. Thanks so much for being on Chamber Chat.
Of course, thank you for having me.
We'd like to thank you for joining us on this edition of Chamber Chat. And as always, if you missed part of this edition or you'd like to view previous editions, we'd encourage you to visit PAC 14's website or the Chamber of Commerce's website to view previous editions. That's about all the time we have for this edition of Chamber Chat. My name's Tony Nichols, your host, encouraging you to make a difference.